What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be about what if Naruto was Akame's little brother. Kind of, well, like kind of part 2 of the movie, basically, because I felt like doing it. So yeah. So last time I thought I left off was when I kind of said, like, Naruto hated Akame for, like, what she did. But if I said the Uchiha Massacre happened, yeah, forget that I said that. It didn't happen, okay, guys? It didn't happen. So, yeah. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, so as I was saying, the Uchiha Massacre does not happen. But, yeah. So, the team was called upon. And as I said in the last video, Naruto still kind of, like, hates Akame, you could say. Like, he hated her because she didn't save him. So yeah. So Naruto is, is with Team 7 as Sakura is asking out Sasuke and not really paying much attention to Naruto because she knows that Ino likes Naruto, so like she could have Naruto, and he can just have and she can just have Sasuke. So yeah, Sakura didn't really care that much. So now Naruto is with, like, his team, as they've been waiting for hours for Kakashi to get there, but he still isn't there yet. This is when when Kakashi does get there, when he sees Naruto, he's like, so that's Akame's little brother, huh? He kind of looks different in a way. As Naruto's eyes, they're kind of like, it's more hollow than it usually is. So yeah. Oh yeah, and the team that Menma and not Menma, if I didn't say this last episode, then Menma and Naruto, they're on a team of someone else. As this other person has Sai in it, because I'm just gonna say, yeah, Naruto, and Sai. So that's the team for, the other team. I don't know what team they're gonna be, but yeah. So Naruto is, currently with his team as as they are now on the roof. Kakashi asks them what are your likes and dislikes. Sakura looks at Sasuke, as her likes are the same. Her goal is as well. And she also looks at Naruto as her like as well, you could say. And she says her dislike is Ino. And this is when, Sasuke, emo boy, is, as he says, the same thing. This is when Naruto says his goal is to one day become the greatest shinobi. Like how the first Hokage was, but he doesn't want to be the Hokage. He just wants to be really strong. That's it. And that's what Naruto says. That's his goal. And his likes is some things. As like he says he likes food, relaxing, to sleep, and that's kind of it. As Kakashi noticed that he didn't say akame because they normally hang out together. But Kakashi was like, he's probably going through some stuff right now, so I'm going to leave him alone with that. So this is when the fight in. So this is when not Kakashi tells them to not like eat anything tomorrow or else they're going to throw up. So, but but they didn't really care. So yeah, this is when I'll time skip to the next day, as it's the next day, and Naruto is with his team, but they don't know he's there. This is when they have been waiting for hours for Kakashi to get there, but he still isn't there either. This is when after like 2 hours, Kakashi arrives as he says, hello all of you. And then he asks, where's Naruto? As Sakura not completely forgetting that Naruto existed, she says that she doesn't know. As 3 hours pass, as another hour passed, and this is when Sakura stomps on her feet and asks, where the heck is Naruto? As Naruto, who was on the tree, says, Sakura, I'm right here. I've been here ever since sunrise. As they were surprised that Naruto was there and that they didn't even sense him. Not even Kakashi, the copy ninja, sensed him. As he wondered if his skills were just that good. This is when Naruto said to Kakashi that, let's get this bell test over with. As Sakura and Sasuke, they hide in the bush, but Naruto, he just goes up to Kakashi with high speed. As when he does that, goes to Kakashi in high speed, he sees that Naruto's sword is already on his neck. As Kakashi knows that he shouldn't mess with this sword, as Naruto says, we win. As he realized that Sakura took the bells from, as Kakashi realized that Sakura took the bells from him. So yeah. This is when Naruto goes to. This is when Naruto is now with the rest of his team, as he says, yo guys. As Naruto is now with his team, as he starts saying, I didn't even need to defeat you, Kakashi-sensei. It was too easy. As a few D-rank missions go by. This is when they go to the Hokage office, Minato's office, as they see Naruto is there, and Naruto says to Minato that he wants a high-ranked mission. So Minato gives him a C rank mission to protect Tajuna. As we go all the way to where Naruto is, as he sees the puddle. Naruto noticing that it hasn't rained all weekend. As Naruto says, well, that's a stupid trap. Naruto, knowing what type of trap it is, doesn't do anything about it. That's when the demon brothers jump out as when they see Naruto. They notice who he is immediately. But when they see the sword and like everyone knows that Akame has a little brother, and that her sword looks and his sword looks exactly like Akame's but darker. And if you want to die a quick death, like they called Naruto the Black Death, the walking, like they called not like to people, he's known as the walking talking death, or the Reaper, even though he doesn't have a scythe. So yeah, Naruto is with his team as soon as the demon brothers see Naruto, they get on their knees and start begging for mercy. They didn't even try to attack Tazuna. They just start begging for their lives. As Naruto says, I'll spare you if you give me the information. As you know, they give them the information. Tazuna tells them about what this really is and how they didn't have enough money to get an A rank or probably an S rank. I don't care. As you know, now as Naruto, he's mad. He sees this as a giant opportunity to get stronger and stronger. This is when you know, Naruto then goes to. This is when, you know, Kakashi says duck, and everyone ducks except Naruto, as he just puts his sword in front of his face. As you know, Naruto puts his sword in his face, and the sword hits, and Naruto, he like watches as the sword hit, as a giant sword hit his, and it didn't affect his sword at all. As you know, Naruto is thinking, what the as he sees the sword, and he's thinking, what the F was that? And what type of idiot would throw their sword? As now we go, as Zabuza saw that his sword basically got flicked off another one that's kind of small but not that big. Like, it's a normal type of medium-sized sword. It won't be that tall or that gigantic. It's basically just a normal sword. That's it. As Zabuza asks, "Who are you, boy?" As he then sees the sword, as Zabuza says, "Ah, so you're the Black Death. You know, I did hear of the Red Death, and I thought that you and her were probably related, until I heard that the Red Death was Akame's little brother. And I know that Akame only has one sibling, and that's her brother, and he knows that Kushina isn't a part of Akame's used to be group, because she was a part of Night Raid, but you know that it disbanded after a while. So yeah. So yeah, people now. So that's when Naruto and Zabuza, they get into a fight, you could say. As when they do, like, Naruto, he's winning the fight automatically. He doesn't need anyone's help. He's just winning the fight. As Naruto is letting out all his rage basically on Zabuza. As this is when he has Zabuza on his knees as Naruto is about to go for Zabuza's neck until Naruto stops and he sorry about that and he sees until Naruto stops and he sees a sort of kunai, it looks like, in Zabuza's neck. As Naruto wanting to know what the heck is this, because he wanted to kill Zabuza, thinking that it was probably his sister who saved him, but then saw that it was Haku, as Haku will be a girl in this one. And yeah, this is when, Naruto, kind of everything happens in canon, I'm gonna say, because I'm not gonna do this. It's just that Haku ended up going with Naruto. That's what I'm going to say, because when Zabuza lost Naruto, he basically, like, what Zabuza was thinking was that he rather wanted Naruto's sword, or it's like he wanted Naruto's sword, or he just didn't. Like, what Zabuza was thinking was he wanted the sword, or if he couldn't get it, then let Haku basically have it. Like Haku, I want you to basically take on my will, basically, Zabuza is saying. As that's what Zabuza says to Haku before he dies, that she should find her own path in life, and that she shouldn't keep on relying on other people. This is when Naruto is at Naruto, who is at his sister's house, training, you could say getting ready for the chunin exams. Because the reason why I wanted to skip the Zabuza arc is because I'm bored and I don't want to do this. Like, I did want to do the video, and I still do want to do the video. It just got a bit boring, you could say. So yeah. So that's why I'm doing this now. So Naruto is with Zabuza. I mean, not Zabuza. He is training. This is when Naruto is heading home. And if you guys remember me saying the Uchiha Massacre did not happen, I mean, it didn't happen this time. Because, I'll say like, since Minato was alive, the Uchiha Massacre didn't need to happen. So yeah. So Itachi never killed his clan. And so Itachi never killed his clan, and Shushui never died. That's just it. So this is when Naruto, Naruto sees, how should I put this, Naruto is heading home as he sees Itachi and his sister. It looks like they're about to kiss, as Naruto says, Naruto says, like that sort of thing. As they stop and Itachi gets nervous, you can say, and Akame is just looking down because she still knows that Naruto must not like her. This is when Naruto changes and he leaves the house again. This is when we go to Akame as Itachi says, "Don't worry, Akame, I'll talk to him." As Itachi runs to Naruto as he sees Naruto training. Uh, this is when Itachi goes up to Naruto as he says, "Yo, Naruto." Uh, as Itachi says, "Yo, Naruto." As Naruto looks at Itachi as he says, "What is it, Itachi?" As Itachi says, "Why do you not like your sister?" As you know, Naruto says, "Because she betrayed me. She left me there to become that person's slave." As Itachi said to Naruto that she didn't want to do that and that she didn't mean to do it. It was because she wasn't strong enough. As Naruto says, who cared if she wasn't strong enough? She could have just had help from probably Kakashi or sorry guys, I have to keep yawning for some reason. So he says she probably could have gotten help from you or Kakashi or probably Minato. Even though I know they couldn't rival her power, still she left me there. As Itachi says, still you're going to have to get over it one day. There's going to be one day when you're going to have to need her, and she's going to have to need you. As Naruto says, yeah, whatever, fine. As Itachi realizing that, he finally got through to Naruto, and yeah. As now we go to where it's the chunin exams. As Naruto, he hasn't just been training by himself. He has also trained with Sakura because because Naruto said to Sakura, like, you are weak and I'm not having you be weak like that. So there's gonna have to be some changes in this teamwork thing. So yeah, Naruto has been training with Sakura. He also has been training with Kakashi and Sasuke. As you know, we go all the way to the chunin exams as the first round is a few rounds, and no, it's the paper test. And no, I'm being dumb. Sorry about that, guys. It's where they all meet, basically. As Naruto sees, what was it again? F. Naruto sees, he sees Kabuto as someone asked about Naruto. As now everyone knows that Naruto carries a poison sword, and he's basically defenseless without it. That's what people think, that without his sword, he's defenseless without it. So yeah, but Naruto ain't defenseless without his sword. He just he just always uses his sword. He doesn't really practice with any other jutsu or anything. Naruto can use jutsu, but he doesn't. And Naruto, he also can use his Sharingan, but like, my man has a whole sword. What would he need to use his Sharingan for? But he will use his Sharingan and also the cursed sword. So yeah, eventually. So the proctor, I forgot his name, goes. So the proctor goes to Naruto as he says, as he said, the testing and all that and everything. And this is when Menma gets up and says that, and he does basically what Canon Naruto does. He doesn't write anything, and that he says that he's going to become Hokage. As you know, as Naruto, he scoffs at that because he doesn't, because like, why would you want to? Because Naruto thinks, why would you want to be at a desk all day instead of instead of training or fighting? Like, it doesn't matter if you're the strongest. If you're just sitting at a desk all day, then you're going to get weak. Like, that's what Naruto sees it as. So yeah. So this is when it's a fight between Naruto and some random person, I'll say, as no, I forgot the forest of death thing too. Sorry about that. This is when we're on a team, as Orochimaru comes and he sees Sasuke and Naruto. As Naruto, he's kind of able to hold off Orochimaru, like Naruto cursed sword, you could say. It it depends on how much power Naruto uses in it. Like Naruto, if he can make it poison, and if he puts his chakra in a sword, it becomes poisonous. But if he doesn't put it in a sword, it can be a normal sword. Naruto, knowing that Orochimaru is a big threat here, he puts poison in the sword, but doesn't do anything. So, oh yeah, and also basically the amount of the sword can basically sense your level. So right now Naruto's level, he's kind of weak compared to Orochimaru for now. For now, so Naruto keeps cutting Orochimaru, but used with his poison sword, but every time he tries to, it's not working because his sword ain't on that level yet. Because his sword ain't really on that level yet, so it's like, nah, bro, you gonna have to wait. So yeah. So every time Naruto cuts Orochimaru with his sword, his sword basically it fuses with Orochimaru's blood, because Orochimaru is basically a snake. He has a little bit of poison in him, of course. This is when Orochimaru bites down on Naruto, giving him the curse mark. As he gives him the curse mark, this is when it happens in canon, as Naruto uses his sword and all that stuff. So yeah, kinda. So Naruto is kind of passed out, as Orochimaru's subordinates come and they want Naruto. So yeah, and stuff. So, but they basically want Naruto's sword and all that stuff, and they want to test, and Menma was able to convince them, because he went over to basically Menma had met with Team 7, and they basically was able to, I'll just say, you could say, what was it, dang it, you could say they met with Team 7 and they helped them. Yeah, I'll say they helped in the fight between Orochimaru's subordinates. This is where I'm going to have a time skip, as they get the scroll that they needed. They go all the way to, I would say, the tower in the forest of death, I think. And Minato makes his little speech. He makes his speech, and basically everyone knows what's gonna happen, and like a few fights happen. Naruto, like I'll skip all the way to the proctor's exams, like like the preliminaries, because Naruto doesn't use his cursed sword. Waiting to he's like waiting to use the cursed side of his sword. And Naruto, he also wants to use his curse mark. So yeah. So Naruto ends up pinning chakra in his sword, but he's also able to hold back the curse mark in a way. So yeah. And Itachi was going to remove it, but like Naruto wouldn't let him. So yeah. So yeah. Nah, that's when I'm going to have that's when you know the evasion between that's when the evasion between Oro- Orochimaru and thing happens as Naruto, as we have like a time skip. Naruto wasn't really able to use his cursed sword that much in the evasion because because Naruto's fight was the last fight, and before his fight it was Sasuke versus Gaara. So yeah. Nah. So yeah. This is when Naruto has been thinking some things over as Naruto sees a snake, and it appears, and that snake gives Naruto a sort of, what you could say, message that Orochimaru wants him. This is when Naruto packs his things and starts going to where Orochimaru tells him to. As Naruto was leaving, one of the Anbu noticed that Naruto was leaving, told the Hokage. The Hokage told basically told a few Jonin. And he also sent it out like Naruto also sent it out a few Minato sent it out like a few people. He sent it out like Konoha 12 or 13, I guess, to retrieve Naruto. As Akame also heard what was happening, as she also went to go and retrieve Naruto because that's her little brother. She gotta do something. As Naruto is at the Valley of the Ends, and Menma is there as well, as Menma is on the first Hokage's monument, and Naruto is on well, he's on the Naruto is like on Madara's like statue, and this is when they start fighting, as Naruto it kind of keeps using his sword, but that's when he gets tired of using his sword as his curse mark appears. He stabs his sword into the ground, and he just starts using like his hands and feet to fight Menma. As the fight with the fight between Orochimaru, Orochimaru's subordinates, they were kind of holding Akame and Itachi and also Shisui back, and they were like kind of holding like Konoha 12 back a bit. That's when Naruto was able to Naruto stabbed he stabbed Menma through the chest, but it didn't get his heart. Like, he stabbed him through the chest with his sword, but he didn't use the curse side of it. Actually, Naruto did use the curse side, as he says, "Don't worry, Menma, I'll make sure your death won't be in vain. I'll become a god." and one day I will revive you. That's what Naruto says as he goes with Orochimaru and leaves. But what Naruto didn't know was since like Menma had the Kyuubi, since Menma had the Kyuubi, he was like the Kyuubi was basically taking the poison out of Menma and basically bringing it into him instead. Because like the Kyuubi is basically chakra, you can't kill him, so that's what you gonna do about it. So yeah, and I know like this is like a bit shorter than usual for you guys, but I'm gonna end it here. So yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys. No, I'm not gonna do it.